Okay. So, this morning I was telling you I got all the housing stuff going on, and that really didn't sound like much. So let me fill you in on the rest. October 4th, I'm going for a 3-hour eye exam with the blind specialist people. These people will be at the VA. They're bringing in a specialist. They're going to evaluate me for the surgery to put a lens in my one eye. This is the only eye I have 2400 vision out of. No peripheral, no depth, none of that business. With cataracts over both my eyes. That was the result of the detached retinas. So after that, I'm hoping to be scheduled for eye surgery. I haven't been to the VA for any appointments because I changed to outside doctors 2 years ago. I gave up on the VA with my oxygen. They were not helping me any. So I am returning to the VA October 14th. I'm going to do a big checkup with my primary care, Dr. Jones. She's a really, really nice doctor. She's just, the VA ties these doctors' hands on the budget bullshit. And of course, I don't want to die because of their budget, so I went and got a real doctor. You can't be mad at me for that. And she's not. She signed some forms. But I went to make this appointment about 2 weeks ago, and while I was there, I said, well, I better do my means test, because you have to do it every year. Figure out how much you owe them suckers. And the lady says, you don't have to do a means test ever again. And I'm thinking, okay, so she don't want to work. I said, well, how's that? She says, well, you've been rated as catastrophically disabled. And my jaw dropped out. Oh, really? You don't know this, but in 2009, I spent 2 years, I sued the Dallas VA. Now, the funny thing is, I lost that suit on paper. But what I had asked for was service-connected disabilities, so my medical would be covered the rest of my life. Blind people need a lot of fucking help. And I said, well, what does catastrophically disabled entitle me to? And she said, well, you'll never have to make a payment to the VA again. Your prescriptions are free, and we're going to start paying your travel pay to and from your appointments. I won my lawsuit. That's exactly what I asked for. That's service-connected disability is what that is. Yeah. So, I'm really feeling really, really good about that. You have no idea what I went through going blind because the doctor didn't want to do a surgery on me. I don't even want to talk about that anymore. But I'm overjoyed with that, and I'm going to go ahead and get the paperwork because that'll expedite this whole housing project. While I'm seeing Dr. Jones, I'm going to make sure she signs that paperwork for my 2-bedroom because everything that I do involves a doctor's signature. They want to make sure that you're not a con artist and screwing them, which I don't know how they prevent that because, as we all know, we see it every day. Yeah. And it makes it hard for the people that are disabled to really get any benefits. So, I say I'm stressed out all the time. On my birthday, September 14th, my insurance company's nurse came for my yearly whatever they do. And she spent 2.5, 3 hours here. went over everything, all my disabilities, what my home health care is supposed to do. I didn't lose any benefits. And that's a thank you. Thank you very much. Because I do have some benefits that really do help me get through. I have 10 meals every 2 weeks delivered here, FedEx, and they're pretty good meals. They pay for my doctors on the outside. They pay for my transportation to and from my doctors on the outside. They pay for all my prescriptions. I get them from CVS. See, I really didn't need the VA, and I'm getting way better care. My new doctor, his name is Dr. Locktrue. He's a young guy, and he's just super. He's actually, you see how I'm talking and breathing? This is a first. This is a first in like 3 years. What we're doing is he's giving me a shot every other month of the steroids, and then he gives me 5 pills to take after the shot. And it's life-changing. It allows me to at least ambulate around my house. I drag the oxygen hose around a lot, but I'm talking to you, and I wasn't even able to do that. You remember some of my videos I posted before. It was hard for me to carry on any length of a conversation. So she was here, and I asked her, I haven't told you guys, but my home health care aide was really jacking me bad. I'm supposed to have somebody here 3 hours a day for 7 days a week, and I could barely get her. By the time I fired her Friday, I let her go because my new guy has already been hired. Woohoo, thank you, Lord. But I told her Friday, see you later, bye. I was nice. I was very nice. But I had been telling her for the last month, I'm getting a 2-bedroom and I won't be needing you. So I was easing her into the fact that I already knew you're out of my life. And I even got my house key back. See that? I know how to talk to people today. I don't have to bust them in the ass. So the nurse has been here. I got the VA appointment on the 4th for the eye exam, scheduling the surgery, I hope. I go see my primary on the 14th. You say, well, this doesn't sound like much. You have no idea what it's like for a blind guy who can't breathe to get to appointments on the other side of Dallas County. These are all-day tricks. I have to lug 2 bottles of oxygen with me. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. It takes me a day or 2 to recuperate after each one of these. And then October 17th, I'm going to go see Dr. Locktrue. What I'm hoping to accomplish is I want the VA to supply me with my prescriptions. The reason for that is the VA mails you your meds, so I don't have to go to the CVS anymore because I can't drive. It's nearly impossible for me to get my meds without begging somebody or paying somebody, as it's been working out. And the VA mails them, and usually the VA will write them for 6 months or a year at a time. So I'm hoping to get that back started. But I'm not quitting with Dr. Locktrue because he's fixing me. And my nurse from the insurance company told me that I need to reapply for Medicare because of my condition. She said I may qualify back for Medicare. I was on Medicare when I first went blind, but President Obama changed the rules, changed a lot of things, and I was put on Medicaid. But I've learned how to work with the system. It takes a long time to get stuff going. It took me 3 years to get a home health aide. Paperwork in government agencies is a menagerie of hell. So Jazz is gone. I already got Adam on the payroll. He's supposed to pick up his doggo so he can punch in on his phone. I'm waiting to get approved for the housing. I'm waiting for surgery. I'm waiting to see my primary after 2 years. I can't wait to go see Dr. Locktrue. This is the first time this year I haven't had to see Dr. Locktrue every month. I got to skip a month for the first time. Can you imagine that? I skipped 1 month out of 10 months this year so far. That's how much medical care I've been needing. But we tried the 2 months and here I am. Look at me. Now it's getting worse and worse because it's fall. Fall and spring are very, very bad for me to breathe. But I'm very positive. Lots going on. I just can't wait for all the. I'm dreaming next year I will be a different Fred Chips. I'm hoping I'll have one eye, that I'll be able to buy a big screen TV and put it on my wall and see it. Right now, I have to actually, I have to be like this. I have to be 1 inch from my monitor to see my computer now. It's the hardest thing in the world. I actually feel the heat coming off my monitor. Can you believe that? Woohoo! I always have a lot to do though. You guys, I build computers for people. I haven't built any in the last 6 months because I can't. But I even built one and I just guided the person on every screw and how to do it because I got it memorized. There's nothing to it. But I do software. I have a business called Security Services. I actually provide desktop remote service and security for PCs. I charge people for a year's service. I do every monthly checkup by remote. I clean out their computers. I make sure their security is up to date. Anyways, that works out pretty good. It keeps me actually responsible and busy. Not counting the fact that I love playing games. So, now you know the whole deal. Fred is swamped in appointments and paperwork, but he is very happy with all of that. I just like telling everybody what's going on because sometimes I only seem to tell you the negative shit. There's a lot of positive stuff going on, and I'm very happy. I'm really happy because housing wasn't going anywhere, so I have totally resubmitted every piece of paperwork and made copies of it, and I have a witness now. I feel confident now. They don't have an option but to go ahead and process my paperwork. That's how I'm looking at that. So I've got a big chip off my shoulders for the next 15 days because I just can't let this keep going by and by. They've got to get this done or I'll be homeless on the streets, and that would kill me, literally. So, I hope everybody's doing well. Be good to your neighbors, love your family, I love you. Listen, I'll talk to you later, and that's the way it goes here in Dallas, Texas. Woo woo!